Okay, so I was actually debating whether or not I wanted to do this particular segment, just because there's a whole bunch of stuff that is incorporated here. I figured I might as well do it. There's no real reason not to. I've just typed in the code to select the level that I want to do, and the reason for that is because, just like Doom 64, there are a bunch of warp-only levels. Here, however, we've got 5 of them. Normally there's just the 2, which are these 2, but there was also a deluxe version of the game, of the shareware version, that came with 3 additional levels. So we're going to have a gander at some of these levels. So we're going to start with Too Tall, which is very aptly named because the thing is entirely way too goddamn tall. There are enemies, of course. They're just sort of around the place. And I just missed, and I just missed twice. Oh, hello. Someone had a bloody... Okay, well, at least there's one guy with a rocket, so it's not going to make things quite as simple as they should be. Also, the fact that I can't seem to reach any of these firebombs. Can I grab this one? No, I apparently cannot. Anyways, I kind of want to just go through these as quickly as I possibly can. So failing to actually pick up a firebomb is not very good thing to have happen. Not very good thing to have happen. My English is terrible. My phone communication is terrible. I had to bloody ring my job service provider back up because I missed a call from them. But I think they were just like offering up some kind of a idea for a job, cleaning trucks or something like that, which I might take it because it's at least some kind of work experience for me. There is also one, because there's a whole bunch of shifts, but a bunch of them like start really early in the morning. If I was going to take any of those, I'd probably take like there's one on the weekend, so it wouldn't really affect my recording quality too much, aside from the fact that I will probably have some really shitty, what should I call it, commentary to utilize, so it would kind of suck in that regard, but if it's good, then it's good. You'll also have just heard that those guys, oh hello, get the hell back in here, because I do not want to get rinsed by a guy who just lands on top of me. I'm not even sure if there are any enemies in this area at all at the moment. But yeah, this is a really, really short level. I should actually be done with this level long before now, but I continually failed to pick up firebombs, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Is that hot? No. I'll take it anyway. That should be enough. I don't think there's any enemies left in the level, because you push this, it moves this, which... okay. Wait, huh? Okay. That works. I'm not entirely sure what the point of that was, but, anyways, we have a gold key. Where on earth would the gold door be, then? Okay, there it is, and there's the way out. Okay. So, yeah, these levels were not ever intended to be, made, like, to actually be actual levels. They're literally just there because the creator couldn't figure out what else to do with his life, or something like that. Okay, so it takes us straight into the next level. This is a little bit easier to deal with because you have a bunch of armor to take shit with. So if I can grab one of the, actually no, I think I'm better off. Well, I'm better off with the God mode, so let's just pick the God mode up and rinse this level. Again, shitload of missile weapons. But again, it's really not that elaborate. I do actually get to show off something else, though. This would be a monk crystal. You'll find these a lot more often in episode 4 when we get to that point. The only other way you'll be familiar with those is that those are the healing items that you pick up in the combat mode, which is the multiplayer of the game. And by combat, it's like com as in comms with that, so it's meant to be like a pun. It's kind of stupid, but it is, or whatever. Anyways, we can't get up there. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that there is a switch or a touch plate that needs triggering here. Okay, so this is the... okay, that sounds like a bit of a dick move there. I can't really... I mean, I could look up, but there's not much point. So what if I did this? Okay, that triggers that touch plate. We don't want to move any further because we don't want to get crushed by the wall. And so I'm guessing if we just go up here and then just drop down here like this, do that, switch the... Okay, we've switched the switch off. Okay, switch the switch back on. Switch. Something. I don't know. And I think if we just move over here somewhere... Actually, no, I think we have to go back to the other room. Which might yield a whole bunch of enemies and whatnot, but they should be easy to deal with because I have a flame wall. No, there is actually just the one enemy. Nice to know, I guess. Before I go, though, I know that there is a MP40. Okay, so I'll pick that up and then head on into the next level. Should be the next level. Okay, so assuming that playroom would have led us to the next level instead of just giving us that random ending, like an arse, the next level would be Prelude to a Kill. I think it's meant to be like a James Bond reference or something like that. So we have a second pistol right off the bat. That armor I would love to pick up. That mocks me. That mocks me. At least I can actually sort of deal with enemies to a relatively decent extent now that I have two pistols. Okay, gold key. What else have we got? Strike teams. I don't think we found any strike teams in the first two levels. I think this level's meant to be like primarily strike teams or something like that, or it might be one of the other levels. Anyways, do we have like access to the bunch of the areas that we didn't have access to earlier, or is that just not a thing? Apparently that's just not a thing. Unless I push walls, but no, that looks like it's just taking me to a dead end of some variety. There's at least this, which I managed to pick up without... Oh, well, I could have just rushed across here to pick it up. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of those are particularly interesting. I've not actually played these levels before. I only really know... The only knowledge I have from this is from watching Psychedelic Eyeball go through these levels. But even then he didn't do much of a showcase of them. Simply because of how uninteresting they are. I mean, this is really kind of crummy content, if I'm honest. And now we actually need to get that gold key. Can we get it from here? Oh, yeah, we can. It's over here. Trigger the touch plate, which yields the armor. Assuming we can even pick it up. Which apparently we cannot. If I was able to rocket jump, I'd be able to pick up that armor, but the problem is, to rocket jump, you need that armor, and you need a firebomb. Missed you, unfortunately, but you can just sort of drop dead. I'm not entirely sure which is more painful, just having the bullets thrown into your face, or if you just get... Of course getting roasted alive hurts more. Oh, sweet. Pick that up. Okay, so these walls, you can actually shoot through these walls. They're only ever intended to be tangible from the top, so you can actually just shoot through them, and the enemies can shoot through them as well, and for some reason they can just see you, which is really stupid and kind of unfair. Now, I need some health, or else I'm going to get rinsed. You can just drop dead. Okay, cool. Got a bit of health and a bulletproof armor, so I should be able to navigate the rest of this level, provided it's not particularly long. And unless, you know, these guys have their shotguns. I'm losing my train of thought, god damn it. Rockets do the lightning guards have, speaking of which I have them as well. Because thank you for being there, Heat Seeker and whatnot, and you just shot that sort of thing down. Not like I care, because it just opened you up to an attack. Whatever. I'm not going to give a shit, because I'm going to end up in there anyway. It's perfectly fine. Nope. Not going to let you do any of that. In here somewhere. There should be like an enemy of some variety. Apparently not. There is an MP40 there, not like I actually need it. Locked up push wall, I'm not going to give a shit about that. This was only ever intended to show them off, just to explain that they exist. Didn't even get a bonus on that. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat. I will give you fair warning, I am probably going to die. Simply put, I have to hit this switch, and I think there's like this area where you kind of have to jump in there, and just sort of make a leap of faith. And I think that the idea is, I think it's like you're supposed to get out, but there's only like one way to get out or something like that, and it's like taking a GAD that takes a shitload of time to actually get back up, which is kind of annoying. And again, it's like a leap of faith sort of thing, because you have no idea that you're supposed to go down there, and when you actually get to that point, you're kind of wondering, wait, what am I supposed to do? Sort of thing. Anyways, if we look down here, there's a whole bunch of lava pits, but I do see a couple of jump pads, so I'll jump down there and see what I can get from here. Actually, I think this is what we want. Yeah, this is that exact area I just referred to. We've got to wait for the GAD to bloody come back up though. But we have our gold key, so we can at least make some progress in the level and go a little bit closer to finishing it. Now let's see if we can find where we want to go through, I guess, this direction. Looks like this is that level that I spoke of a bit earlier that has nothing but strike team. Don't think we want to go in that direction unless... What if we had a look in here? There's a firebomb at least. Not like it'll actually matter a whole lot unless I can take advantage of the horribly coded AI that makes the enemies roll around the place and whatnot. Oh, I can go in this direction. Okay, that's kind of cool. Well, in that case, I'll go pick up the firebomb. It's not the best idea, though. Well, hello, Ludicrous Gibbs. Well played. It's not the best idea, though, in this area, because it is a pretty tight area. Oh, hit the switch. There we go. And what else have we got in here? Ah, it triggers that. Okay, so that's how we're supposed to get across there. I'm gonna throw a save. Yay, LP stuff. I'll just roll over the top of this one. I was sort of practicing going through the first level, as if I was doing the LP. So, thankfully when you jump on these from the top, which is not quite what I had in mind there, so I will go ahead and reload. But yeah, if you land on top of these things, they will act as like moving panels or whatever, so you can just run across them. You see, you kind of got to work out how to use the firebomb effectively, and that was an effective use of it because you were able to actually move the hell away from the blast radius and ensure that only they got rinsed instead and you didn't. That's pointless. It moves up like a foot, and it's just entirely pointless. Now, all the enemies here, I believe, are dead, except for this one. Now what is in here? More strike team. Hey, I'd like to stay in this room so I can kill all the strike team. I can't even remember if I've found any sort of armor in here. For some reason, I feel like I want to say I've found at least some like bulletproof armor or something, but I don't know what my mind's going on about there. And we're at the end of the level, and wait, find more strike team. And what about this? More priest porridge. Okay, whatever. Anyways, that's out of the way. Toasted it as well, apparently. And we have Gadzooks. Gadzooks uses a lot of this shit. The GADs, gravitational anomaly discs. Okay, so let's work out exactly where in the hell we're supposed to go. Looks like we've got a whole bunch of really tight hallways and whatnot, which is not very good, because then I don't get much use out of my firebomb. At At least the lightning guards in this area haven't got missiles. I would have been completely shredded if they did. So we have a gold key. I don't think this is a particularly long level either. So, fingers crossed. Okay, that's the iron key door. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say that you do need all 3 keys to beat the level. What if we had a look in here? Okay, gold door. Lightning guard first. Lightning guard, die. What are you? You're a low. Alright, so you're fine. There's another low at the back there. There's a lot of jump pads, it seems. Oh, you. Okay, I'm doing a pretty good job at keeping the lightning guards at bay here. I guess that's a positive. Also, floating light. Can anybody else see that? That is excellent. Now, this place, I remember this from the other LP I watched. It's just this room segmented into two halves, and you have to go into one half to trigger a touch plate, which opens up the door to another touch plate, and then you have to go back and forth until eventually you get the silver key. Where is the touch plate? Right there. And we have another touch plate. I think that's the one over there. And then if I go back, that should yield the silver key. And you've actually just seen a secret that can render something collectible unobtainable because it moves stuff in the way of progress or some shit. Okay, what if I went in this direction? Okay, I get this, which I'm going to take a wild guess and say is not the silver key door, apparently, because it's over here. This appears to be... Oh, it's an iron key door. I guess if I go in and get the silver key, I can come back and have a gander at this. Oh, no, that's got the jump pad that actually gets us out of this room. Okay, so that's that is actually relevant to my interest, then. Oh shit. Get the hell out before we die. Okay, is there any health that I can pick up? Because I just about got rinsed. Oh, crap. Hang on. Okay, so that iron key door actually is entirely pointless. Damn it. This is gonna suck, isn't it? Yeah, it looks like the only thing we really have access to here is this heat seeker. Can we... Okay. This is gonna be... Okay, we got some priest porridge. Okay. That's better. Backtracking annoying, but at least it keeps us alive. Now let's actually head back into that room where I imagine a handful of the enemies from that from this next room is... Oh, hello. 3 high guards. That explains why I got rinsed in this room earlier. Too many high guards. Let's grab this thing, and I guess start looking for the iron key. That was a bit travesty. Oh, hello. Did someone get crushed? I know that there is a oh god. Time to throw another save, I guess. Okay. I'm hoping that there's no, like... You didn't take my bazooka, did you? No. Okay, cool. I got just far enough away to ensure that that didn't happen. Okay, we have the iron key. Now let's get the hell out of here. The iron door should be where I want to go next, because that should take me out of this level. This is actually kind of an interesting level. Again, it was made more for fun purposes as opposed to actually being a legitimate level. It is the closest thing to a legitimate level, and I think it's just... I think it was only ever just intended to show off what the Gads can do, although they haven't actually shown off that you can ride the Gads like a ferry or some shit like that. So it didn't do quite as great of a job as I would have liked, and this area doesn't have any Gads in it at all. This is the last stretch here as I proceed over to get the hell out of this level. Got to keep a close eye out here because it's this sort of canyony area. There will be enemies around the place. There are bonus barrels, and if they yield something like food, then that's always nice to have. Okay, so you had a rocket. Did you fire any of those rockets? No, you didn't. It's like a Eyeballs LP. This last lightning guard had a berserker and it shot him in the face and he got out with, I think, like 2 or 3 dots of health.